Eggs. Eggs, eggs, eggs. So, we're looking at trying to get upwards of 500 eggs today. We need a lot. We need a lot. It's a pain in the butt. I need eggs. There is nothing else currently planned. This whole week. Every day until I get all of the achievements and eggs is a complete wash. I need goblins. Because that's what I need to do. Need all of the achievements that I can possibly get, regardless of anything else going on.
The dark times will pass.
Why would I turn...
Time is of the essence.
Well, I guess it's just...
Farewell.
I guess it is just 30 gold, isn't it? She's not asking for the chocolate, she's just asking for the shells. I can live with that. Apologies to anyone and anyone who are going to be just waiting through this, because this needs to happen. Needs to happen. But we will be ever closer to being finally finished with any and all world events, which is a pretty big task. And there are some world events that are just gonna be a constant issue, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Any of them that require a mount drop to fully finish, so Valentine's Day, Valentine's Week, Halloween, Hallows Eve, of course, all the numerous Christmas gifts. Those are going to be a constant. But for the rest of it, for the running around, the busy work, the tasks, that should be almost all completely done this year. We've got Children's Week next. And I think the next world event after Children's Week is Summer Fire Festival? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure it's Fire Festival. And I should be done with all of them at that point. So all the running around, all the busy work, all the gathering of 500 of this or 700 of that will be finished. And it will be a good day. But until then, we've got eggs to pick up. Many, many, many eggs. Who knows? Maybe if I'm absolutely dedicated to it and don't just
The eternal
completely
sun guides us.
die to
Stay
exhaustion
the course.
like yesterday, I could get most of it done today. It's going to be repetitive and kind of boring, but it is what it is. There's only one achievement that I'm missing. You know what? That's what I should do. We got a 5-minute timer on this spring flowers. Oh, hey, I need to hit an orc. Apparently never hit an orc. There. Orc. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Oh, words are hard, man. I'm gonna wait on this cooldown. This 5-minute cooldown. And every time it's up, I'm going to teleport to Valdrakken, find one of the races that I need, and use it on them. That's to say if I can't find a goblin here. Which I've not been seeing many, so probably won't. There's one. We already know where basically all of them are. So it's just a matter of getting them. Running in circles. We shall be finished eventually. We're still asking for quite a bit of luck in hopes that the mount will just drop out of an egg and we won't have to buy it. We need what? 1,000? 1,400 is what this says. But it's counting in the flowers. The bundle of flowers for the Shake Your Bunny Maker achievement. And it's factoring in the mount. So 900 is actually more accurate to the ones we need, assuming we actually get the mount. But you shouldn't assume that. You should not. I really hope that I'm not here all day. But I might be. And if that's the consequence, if I'm here all day, and the consequence is that I don't have to come here again, I'm okay with that. I will live with that. The real danger is being here all day and still needing to come back tomorrow. Which is possible. Not super enthusiastic about that, though. Okay, I think it's pretty clear that they might actually respawn faster if there's more people grabbing them. But there's plenty around. There's always one to pick up. Even if it's not necessarily as close as you want it to be. There's another person just standing in front of these two, spamming the interact key. Getting that farm on. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I should get that basket. The speed up basket. I don't know what it's called, so I'll just have to very slowly look for it. My flowers are off cooldown. So that means I will very shortly take a trip to Valdrakken. Look for Goblin or something. Or just any Alliance character, let's be clear. Then I'll teleport on back. There's the florist pouch. Don't need that. Okay, I didn't see it. I wasn't looking the hardest. I didn't even bother trying to look up the name. So it's not like I put in a lot of effort there. Alright. Let's go to Valdrakken real quick. Use our flowers on somebody. Then head on back. And continue. That's blood off. That's one of the races that doesn't help me. Human Paladin. There we go. Now, back to Razor Hill. We'll get there. We'll get there. At least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes of cooldown time. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. I wanted to right-click that. Turn it off of account mode real quick. There we go. Most importantly. Yeah. The Noble Garden list. I apparently haven't gotten the elegant dress, even though I have, and I'm currently wearing it. Oh! There's a white elegant dress, a white item elegant dress, and the green item elegant dress. I've got the green item, not the white item. Does the white item even exist anymore? That is a question. Just says brightly colored eggs. Bind on equip. I don't know, the white version might have been removed from the game or something. If so, that's going to be slightly annoying. Because that means this list will never actually be finished. It'll be stuck at 99% forever. Because I can't get the white dress. Origin 7. I was trying to get that egg without getting the book. Oh. Link's still on cooldown. Almost 430. I don't know. I've had rather decent luck. Rather decent luck when it comes to mount farming. I think it's foreseeable that I'll get this one from the egg and not having to buy it with chocolate. Granted. Even then, that's still a lot of eggs that I need. But will I get it before buying all the other rewards? That's the real challenge. That's the real question. Because it's very possible that I don't get it throughout all of the other eggs. And then end up getting it when the only thing I have left to farm for is the mount. When I get to like 473 or something like that. Out of 500 to buy the mount with chocolate. And then I actually get it. That'd be upsetting. It's very possible. I don't think it's likely, but it's very possible. Just think of it like every one of these eggs that you hatch, every one that you rip open, is equivalent to one boss fight with a mount drop. How fast could you get invincible if you just were able to kill Lich King and get loot every 30 seconds or so? You might be there for hours, but it'll be a lot sooner than you might expect. I'm kind of looking at how many inventory slots I have open, going like, huh, maybe I should just fill them all up with eggs. And then start opening the eggs. The other part of me is like, that'll just slow you down. Don't slow yourself down. Don't make this harder on yourself. Get the eggs. Open them up while you're walking around. Teleport back to Valdrakken. Use your flowers on somebody. Don't need undead. I'd appreciate a Worgen. If I could find a Worgen real quick, I'd appreciate that. Human, Void Elf, Pandaren, human, orc. You know what? I'll hit the gnome. Hit the gnome. There we go. Maybe I should have hit the dwarf instead, but I see dwarf slightly more often than I see gnomes. I need to look up the elegant dress. I need to see if it's still in the game. Okay, yeah. The white elegant dress does not appear to drop anymore. And has not dropped in a long time. I can reach it from here. It's fine. And that's 450 chocolates. $460. Granted, every single one of these. Except for the rabbits. I'll take the rabbits. The rest of them, though, are annoying. The rest of them are awful. Hate them. It's fine. It's fine. There's one. $468. I know 250 is the most expensive object. Then 200 for runner-up, which belongs to the rabbit. Yeah, just the rabbit. Then 100 for the bouquet and the Tome of Polymorph. The question is, do I look to see if I can buy an elegant dress off the auction house to get this filled out? Maybe. Maybe. But can I really justify spending an absurd amount of gold for an item that I already have the appearance of? Maybe. $477. Yeah. 3 in a row here. Oh, never mind. That one's empty. No, it wasn't. Game just didn't like me trying to loot right there, because apparently I was trying to loot the same one twice. Four, 8, 3. $490. 495. Yes. You know what? Maybe it is just this event. Maybe it is just the walking around in a circle picking up eggs that's putting me to sleep. Alright, 500 chocolates. So we're gonna go over. We're gonna buy the Hearthstone. And the bunny.
You come get the voodoo.
Hearthstone. Bunny rabbit.
Shorel Aran.
Venas.
What do you seek?
Then we have 50 left over. 51 technically. Well, I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that. Next is the Drake's big basket of eggs. That's our next reward. Then the bouquet, and then all of these different bunny ears. Well, I guess it's going to be the bouquet, the tome of polymorph, then all the bunny ears.
Hold your head.
Alright. Let's head back to Valdraken. Let's shake our flowers at somebody. Then we return. And do more eggs. And do more eggs. Night Elf. I'd prefer a Worgen. I would really prefer if I found a Worgen. There's one right there. There we go. Okay. 4 more. Goblin, Dwarf, Draenei, Night Elf. Goblin might be the hardest one for me to find overall. But at least that's my faction. At least Goblin is my faction. So I can find some somewhere. Is that the pirate crew from Battle for Azeroth? Yes, it is. Venas. Of course, this one right here will go away eventually. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, it says I need 1,000 more. 1,000 more. This is off by 200 because the Drake basket has not been added. But even with that, getting them out will reduce it by 500. So that'll be a huge difference. One thing to remember, anytime you're doing something like this, with any drop, our mind tells us that if it's a 1% drop, we do the thing 100 times and we get it. That's not how it actually works. It is a 1% drop every time. If you do multiple hundreds or even thousands of repetitions, it will become, over time, 1% of the time. But that's not how we do things. We go until we get 1. Because we only need 1. And thus, you go, and you're like, I need a single thing at a 1% drop. And you go and you do it. And 700 runs in, you still haven't gotten it. And you're like, how is this 1%? It's because it's 1% each try. Each attempt is a 1% chance to get it. There's no secondary prize. There's no nothing. Game's not keeping track like that. But with luck and time, you will eventually get the thing you're looking for. You will. I got my Emerald Whelpling. I looked for that thing for almost 2 decades. Almost 2 decades. I wanted this Emerald Whelpling. And I eventually got it. Now, I'll, of course, have to farm for the other Whelplings. So just because I got this one doesn't make it better overall. But I got it. Took so very long. And I am still beyond happy that I got such a thing. Thank you, Blink. Back up to 75. Which just means that we've gotten 24 since I returned. Granted, my flowers are almost off cooldown. Any chance that there's a goblin hanging around? Don't see one. Not one that's actually a goblin right now. That's fine. It's also something to remember that you're not getting chocolates at a 1 per 1. You have a less than 100% chance of getting a chocolate from an egg. Due to the fact that all of the other things that can be possibly found in an egg replace the chocolate. So, if you think to yourself, I need 100 eggs, no, you actually need more than that. You actually need probably like 115. And maybe not even 115, but you need more than 100. Because a few of those will be replaced with just cosmetic stuff. Alright, back to Valdrakken. Let's find another character. We need a dwarf. A dwarf would be the most relevant one for me at the moment. Or a goblin. I'll take a goblin if I find one. Magheart orc. Where is everybody? There's like 3 people in the city. Where is everybody? There's a dwarf. Cool. 3 more. Back to Orgrimmar. 3 more races. And then we will be done with Noble Gardener. Yeah. Yeah. So much. So close. So Children's Week, we're gonna have some stuff to do. There's some stuff to do for Children's Week. Yeah. This is gonna be the hardest one. School of Hard Knocks. There's none of the other remaining event achievements that are going to be as hard as that one. Oh, lame. $99. Back up to 100. Back up to 100 chocolates. I wonder how many times I've passed by this one and it was still there. I've just forgotten about it. For a second there, I'm like, wait, why do I need 200 eggs? Ah, yes. The dragon basket. If I get everything except for the mount today, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. We're at 123. Going up rapidly. I guess that kind of depends on your definition of rapid. I don't expect 10 per minute to be all that much, honestly. Either way, our cooldown is up. So, once I finish cleaning up around these little spires here, we'll head on back to Valdrakken and hit up another one of the 3 races that we need. Alright. Alright. Worgen. Volpura. A goblin would be my most valuable at the moment. But I could just hit that night elf right there. Let's see if I can get a goblin. Goblin Rogue. There we go. Just need a Draenei and a Night Elf. 2 very popular races. Oh. Guess I'll talk to the Lingtron real quick.
I never gave up hope.
Garbage. Alright. So, 2 more races. Another 10 minutes of cooldown. We're getting there though. We're getting there. I am legitimately afraid of Midsummer. Midsummer scares me. There's a lot of achievements. Granted, the majority of the achievements for Midsummer are just go here, travel there. They're just a bunch of other achievements that say go travel everywhere. Go visit every town. Horde and Alliance. But I'm afraid that kind of like how I had to do for the Lunar Festival, I might just have to do it 2 or 3 times. I might have to do it a number of times to get all the rewards. And I don't know how many times that's gonna be. For Children's Week, the hardest achievement, I just have to spam specific battlegrounds. I have to spam specific battlegrounds in order to get those couple of achievements that I need. But that, I don't know, man. That's gonna take a while too. I don't know. Only time will tell how long certain achievements take to get. $150. At 200, I'll buy the Drake basket, which will unfortunately not change this whatsoever, since it has not been updated to include the Drake basket.
Yeah, very funny.
McGraw. Strength.
Man, I don't even... There's not even anything to spend my leftover chocolates on. I shouldn't have done the achievement to eat all the chocolates so early. Should have saved that for the very last thing I did. Blah. One under the table. $170. You know, I could save myself some clicks by just doing that. My cooldown's up. So let's finish the spires here. Head around the front a little bit. Hit up a Draenei or a Night Elf. As I mentioned, both are rather popular races, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Especially the Night Elf. Because the Night Elf might still be standing right over here. No, that's a Void Elf. Horan, Goblin, Sandalari, Draenei. There. Alright, one more. So 5 more minutes. We'll return. We'll see if the Thonicus is right here. So I'll shove some flowers on his face. And then we'll be done with all the achievements. And then it'll truly just be about the eggs and nothing else. Get to the all eggs all the time part of it. Oh, don't drift. All right. Getting back to it. 175. The Betrayer Ascendant. What do I have marked? Oh, a book. I have a book marked. For reading purposes. I need to go, apparently, to Darnassus and read a book that the Night Elves are hiding away. $180. Oh, there's one actually back here. That one's almost never up whenever I come by. $190. 195. There's an argument to be made that I should ignore the basket until last. Because it's not on my list, so if I don't pick it up, then the list doesn't care. But no. No. I'd get it either way, whether it was on the list or not. Because it will be added to the list eventually. I would hate to have to wait till next year to get one reward that I could have gotten right now. $201. So next time we're in front of Razor Hill, or not Razor Hill, in front of the inn, I will purchase the dragon basket and then teleport back to Valdrakken and find a night elf. Granted, I'm gonna need more water soon. I've already started running out. Alright, we're at the inn.
I have one-of-a-kind items.
Go ahead and buy the basket.
We will have justice.
There it is.
Your gold is welcome here.
There.
Keep
Alright.
your wits about you.
Now, back to Valdrakken one more time. Let's see how... There we go. While we're flying around, the Drake carries a little basket. Very nice. Oh, the night elf that was standing right there left. That's fine. This one will work. And there we go. Noble Gardener. And shake your bunny maker. That is all the achievements for Noble Garden finished. And the title of the Noble. That was the wrong teleport. The Noble has been gained. Awesome. Now if we refresh this, is done. I'd say I don't know why this is still popping up on here. But it is.
Yeah, what do you want?
Huh.
Pleasure doing
20 gold? Happily. Happily. That item has been removed from the game. But the person I just bought it off of apparently was unaware. Or didn't care. And now the appearance is mine. Alright. So, now, the eggs, the chocolates required, should now be completely correct. Should be. I don't know why Spring Flowers is still up here. Because I have purchased it. Or, well, I found it. And have the transmog for it. And achieved the achievement related to it. So I don't know why that's still showing up on my list here. Maybe it wants me to do that achievement on the Alliance side also. But, I mean, I don't intend to. Yes, now whenever it says that I need 950 eggs, it is mostly correct. Someone was asking about getting the shirt. The white tuxedo shirt. I'm like, well, I got one. He politely reminded me that he needs to loot it from an egg for the achievement. Ah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You know what? Where is that water? Right in front of me. We're up to 31. Luckily, our next two rewards, our next two turn-ins, are 100 eggs each. So, we're hoping. I'm really hoping that I'll get the mount before having to buy it. I would appreciate that. Save me 500 eggs. We're up to 40. Man, somebody's really making sure to clear out those cauldrons. What's going to be really sad is that this right here, this mini list for Durotar, will not be possible to finish until I get all of the rewards from Brewfest. The goggles, apparently. Yeah, all the rewards from Brewfest, because they reward prize tokens, which can then be spent on... Huh. Which can then be spent on heirlooms. Although, right now, it seems like they're all just talking about the synth brew goggles, which is odd, but you know what? Fair. Okay. The Feast of Winter Veil. Did I not do that one? I might not have actually done that quest. I might have forgotten about it at the last minute. Oopsies. Yeah, and right there, the tricky treats. I'm never going to be done with tricky treats until I get all of the heirlooms. All of them. So that's going to be something that just never leaves this list until that point. Midsummer Fire Festival. I think those can also be turned in for heirlooms. So yep, same thing. Could have sworn that the prize tokens could be turned in for heirlooms also, but they're not showing up. Either way, yeah, I need to obtain and upgrade any and all heirlooms that are actually available. There were some that were only available for, like, the final raid on Hellscream. Battle for Orgrimmar, Mythic difficulty or something like that. I think it might have been just Heroic. But, yeah, so those heirlooms are, of course, not obtainable anymore. And there's a couple other ones, like the Brawler's Gloves, which, as far as I'm aware, you can't do Brawler's Guild. I do need to double check that, though. I need to go over to the Brawler's Guild, just double check. Maybe they changed Brawler's Guild so that you don't need an invitation or anything. It's not actually a seasonal thing. You just go over there and you do it. That'd be great. Did it just pop up right there? No. I'm hallucinating. Because the Brawler's Gloves, the Brawler's Knuckles, whatever they're called, are an heirloom that's relatively difficult to get. It's relatively difficult to get them. $65. Oh, there was one. There was one under that table. Almost missed it. $74. $80. Man. Whole side over here, just empty. Every side empty. There is an argument also to be made that I should just go to the auction house and start scooping transmogs out of the auction house at some point. I don't plan on doing that until after I complete Lore Master and Professions for an expansion, though. So, after I complete Lore Master, so doing all the quests, and I probably need to do it 4 times, at least. You know, 1 for each armor class. And once or twice, and then whatever quests are still required for other things. There's going to be a point where it's just all I need for transmogs are like world drops. From open world content, of course. Because I'm always going to need some transmogs from dungeons and raids. We're 86. Man, almost a whole round, and we've only gotten 6 eggs. That's harsh. Maybe it's time to go visit one of the other locations. For a little while, at least. That's 90 eggs. Well, 90 chocolates. No mount yet. No mount yet. Now, if I zoomed the camera in a little bit for this, then I wouldn't clip into that tree so much. But that wouldn't be I wouldn't have as wide of a view. Look, that's why I want to just play the whole game in top-down mode. $99 eggs. 99 chocolates. I'll keep on correcting myself until I get it correct. 100 chocolates. Alright, I need at least one more before I can buy the next reward. Cool. So now, get back around to the front of the inn, and we buy something. Are we getting the bouquet or the tome?
Everything has a price.
We're getting the tome.
Time is of the essence.
There we go. Polymorph rabbit. the further we get, the more I'm dreading the 500 eggs for the mount. Alright, so we got, what, 350 more to go? If we only count the rewards that are not the mount. Or the spring flowers. Or the spring flowers. Spires have been farmed out. There, we're back. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say we're back up to 10. Oh, that was some tuxedo pants. Now we're back up to 10. It won't take that much longer, I say, while gritting my teeth. Granted, I'm gonna have to take a bathroom break soon. Alright. We'll pick up this egg, and that one right over there. And this one right next to me, and the one over there. You know, all the eggs in this general area that I can physically see right this moment. And then I will take a short break to go to the bathroom. So I will be right back. Alright. Back to the eggs. Back to the eggs. One of those days where I wish I had a stand-up desk. That way I could just stand here rather than sitting down, attempting to maintain good posture. And then slowly forgetting about it over the course of like 2 or 3 minutes. Then having to fix myself again. That's 30. Thank you, Blink. That was appreciated. There's one just sitting right here. Nothing over there. What I should be doing is I should be have like a weight set or something set next to me. That way I can be doing some exercise with the other hand. Since I only need one to do this. And I realized to myself, no, that could be taken in multiple ways. You shouldn't repeat that. Well, too bad. I'm probably going to. Up to 52. Halfway to the next reward. Granted, if 350 is the number I'm after, maybe I just keep going until I have that many. 350 till I have all the rewards. Then an extra 500 for the mount. Assuming I don't get it sooner than that. You know what would also be useful? Some controllers. Some one-handed controller that I could just bind a couple keys to. And I could use that. I could stand up, do whatever I needed to do, jogging in place, squats, whatever, at the same time as being able to still control the character, even if only a little bit. It would help out for the moments like this, where it's just a random, mind-numbing circle of a grind. Very doable. Very understandable. That person leveling up off of eggs. They might be. They might be. I'm still confused as to why these are still here. I'm gonna finish this route. I'm gonna finish this lap. And then it's time for a change of venue. I'm thinking Falcon Wing Square. As I mentioned, Falcon Wing Square and here are the ones I would recommend to anyone looking to farm hundreds of eggs. So yeah. It'll take a minute to get there, but a short little break from picking up eggs won't increase my farm time by that much. Up to 75.
Do not loiter.
Yeah, why is this still marked right here? I don't know.
Stay the course.
Let's... Any reason? Nope. Nope, it's just still marked. Okay.
Choose wisely. We will have justice.
Well, let's go over to Falcon Wing Square and run in that circle for a little while. yeah, look at that raptor. Very nice, very nice. Huh. I didn't need to come over here. I should have taken the turn. I got distracted looking at my add-on. See, that's what I'm talking about. I walk in and there's 5 just sitting there. Right next to where I'm walking in. There's one behind every tree. Yeah, very, very dense with all these eggs. At least whenever you first get here. Just a great spot. Now, how fast do they respawn? Well, that will determine how good overall it is. We're up past 100. I keep on getting stuck on these little bits, trying to go around that end of the fence. Oh, there's one. I saw that. White tuxedo shirt. Yeah, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me. Up to 111 though. Nothing. I don't know, maybe my best bet is literally just to go from one zone to the next over and over again. Never actually complete the circle in any zone. Just teleport from one main city to the next. So we get that initial influx of a ton of eggs. Do need to zoom in a little bit here, though. Oh, there's one. Don't see anything over there. More and more eggs. More and more eggs. 120. Come on, 125 isn't enough. I need way more than that. But it is mind melting. That's for certain. Okay, you know what? I've spent 2 hours on this today. Let's move on to something else. Let's go do something different. I say as I continue to just pick up more eggs. I can't stop myself. All right, let's go do something different. Let's find something a little bit less mind-numbing to do. So we're gonna stop off the egg count for today at 131. So that's enough for a reward. Reward.
What do you seek? Chorel.
Spring bouquet. There. It's a little floating flower pot. It's, I believe, literally this flower pot right here. Yes, it is literally the exact same flower pot, just put into a little follower. Yeek. Okay. So, what else do we have to go on? We need to work on the paladin stuff. We need to go
Everything
over
has a
to the
price.
paladin. And the paladin needs to do a bunch of quests and stuff in some
Keep your
zones.
wits about you.
So that's what we'll do. We'll go over. I believe the paladin's in the Azure Span. We'll start doing all the quests in the Azure Span. That's where we'll go. Which is less mind-numbing. Okay. Yeah. So, we just need to do quests and quest chains,
I have lived
In
to
the Azure
see
Span.
them return.
and we'll do that now. Also, I have mail. Exactly the mail I was hoping for. Except.
Oh, the thrill of the hunt!
Now, before I get going on the quests, I'll, of course, want to head up to Valdraken. And take a look at my weekly profession stuff.
My wares are of the finest quality. You'll find nothing better in the Isles.
Talk to you.
You'll find nothing better in the Isles.
Come back.
Your needs can be met here.
Yep. Oh, wait. I actually... No, it's fine. So, I have my Aiding the Accord. Because I didn't finish the one from last week. Which is fine. That's whatever. So many lootable objects just everywhere. Got it. Nice. Yes, so now let's go over here, pick up our profession quests, and get started doing those. There's so many lootables. They're all over the map.
Aspect's grace shine
Oh,
down on
right.
you.
I have that quest.
Hello. See you later. Safe travel.
Many people come here for commerce. Find a place to blend in with the merchants and keep your ears open.
Did you hear?
I'll do this real quick.
Hear what?
A drake tells me that the Trueborn are on the move. Something important is about to happen.
Oh, truly?
I do not know the details, but he is close to finding it. Soon he will have the power to put the flights in their
Nothing
place,
there.
as they deserve.
Mount up. Don't let my vendoring of garbage get in your way.
I'm here if you need some.
15 rousing earth. Easy. That one's super duper easy. Renown up.
Best goods in the Isles.
What do you want me to make? You want 2 Explorer's Plate Boots. Explorer's Plate Boots. I'm out of Primal Flux. I need to buy some more.
Valdraken quality. May I serve you again? See all Valdraken
Do you, by any chance? You do have Primal Flux. Alright, let's go with 200. Let's just grab 200 of that.
You'll find nothing better in the Isles.
Points there. Points there. The world awaits. Wait, hold on. Is that the good one?
Ours is a solemn burden.
That is the good one.
We protect the Isles.
There's also the path through time.
Aspects watch over you.
I probably need to do that on everybody. I know I said I was going to try to do the time walking stuff, but obviously there's a lot of stuff that I need to do. So getting all the time walking stuff done isn't exactly a high priority. Oh, go down. There it is. Weapon chain. For 1 blacksmithing knowledge. To unlocks the large plate armor. Specialization. I don't know. I went from going after Easter eggs to going after boxes that are definitely not just Easter eggs with a different name. These are definitely not just Easter egg. Well, Easter egg loot boxes with a different name and appearance. That's definitely not what they are. Okay, I hit tab to target this guy, and it didn't actually target that guy. There we go. Exactly what I wanted. All of these are exactly the same as far as I'm aware. Except apparently you need to max them out to get the final sub-specialization for each one. Okay. Master's Hammer in order to freely repair the thing. Oh, it's just the wall. Lame. Look, eventually I'll pick up all these lootable objects, and I'll head back to the Azure Span. And I'll start actually getting something done. And there you go. I made back almost, if not all, of the rousing earth I spent just a moment ago. There it is. Where is the scout pack? There it is. Look, one day I'll actually get all the rewards from these piles and dirt, and then I can ignore them. But until then, they're still important to me. There it is. I do have a lot of these that I need to turn in, though. I have quite a number. Alright, this is good enough. Into the span.
You got my attention. Safe travels. Off with you. See you soon.
Oh no. The other one's coming. Only had AoE. That wind's blowing today. Yeah, maybe it is just Noble Garden. Maybe it's the egg farm. Maybe it's the egg farm that's just destroying my energy for the day. Because now I'm tired again. I'm like, ah, it's not time. It's not time for a nap. Thank you. Maybe it is time for a nap. Nah. Come on, gather up a few of them. Cry about the fact that they're going to do more damage than I want, due to them all being spellcasters. It's not a problem anyway. And we only got one bag in return. Ah, lame. Can't interrupt. Interrupt's on cooldown. Don't need to interrupt. It's fine. That's like the third time I tried to mount and I didn't actually push the button. Or it didn't register. One or the other. And done here. There's this man's quest to rescue his tools.
What's on your mind? Watch your back. Off with you. See you soon. Great to meet you. Safe.
Right. I'd say, did I already get the artifacts? No. Why weren't these guys marked as dropping artifacts? They should. Unless for some reason they're not tagged as primalists. Maybe not. Maybe they're not. No. That one gave me an artifact, even though it wasn't tagged, so I'm gonna ignore that. Four, five. I guess that's something to turn in. Don't really want it, but I'll use it. And there we go. 5. Confirmation that the elementals do drop artifacts also.
How are ya? Watch your back.
There
What
we
can
go.
I do for ya? See you soon.
There we go. Turn that in. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of do the same thing I did last time. Where I'm just gonna go from side quest area to side quest area. And just do all of those. And then beeline through the main quest afterwards. Now I didn't quite do that directly with the hunter, but I am going to do exactly that for the paladin here.
What business have you? Time is of the essence.
So let's get going with that. All that means in a lot of ways is just going.
Mama
Pick up
says
the
my
quests.
tusks will be bigger than a mammoth.
Challenge your assumptions. Interaction initiated. No upgrades worth giving up your freedom.
Come on, get up there. Good enough. Alright, the Slyvern couple.
Hello. Farewell.
What's
Right
your
here,
story?
might as well go ahead and
We are
do
bound
this.
by a common enemy.
I can even come over here and grab that chest. Oh. Okay. Apparently it was just the inverse of what was there to begin with. just watching those bosses
Get gabbing or get going. Good day.
show up on my map,
Be careful.
disappear shortly afterwards.
Good luck, friend.
What can I do for you?
I'm doing
Watch your
stuff,
back.
so I don't mind. I'm not spec'd into the thing that lets me cure diseases. I don't know how these crystal spines, can just sleep over here, surrounded by enemies that will happily eat them. One more over here.
How may I help? Goddess, watch over you.
Keep your chin up, eh? That's enough gabbing for me today.
What brings you here?
Except, I'm ready.
Del Nadris.
Oh, I forgot to touch that. There we go.
Ain't you a chipper looking one?
Come on. Come on. Come on.
I am honored. Good luck, friend.
Please.
Be careful.
Accept. Okay. I will do the quest as is intended. I will not just brute force it like I normally do. There we go.
Hello. Del Nadris. Goddess, watch over you. Farewell.
There, see? Invisible. Don't fight the giants. They're strong and they respawn super fast because you're not supposed to fight them. See? Fast, easy, no problems. Just don't do stupid. Just don't do stupid. Okay, that's the easiest thing in the world to say. Don't do stupid. Why? That gave 1,000 rep with the Kirin Tor. Why? Was it because I still have enhanced reputation gains? From the Word of a Worthy Ally? Maybe that's it? I have higher than normal. I have tripled rep gains. And the triple rep gains until I get to rep 10. And it's double rep gains till I get to rep 20.
Greetings, stranger.
Maybe it's tripling the rep for all the reputation gained, even if it's not for Dragon Isles things. That's imaginable. That's something I could picture happening just by sheer accident. I'm gonna have to hunt spiders afterwards. Guy who came in right before me killed all the spiders. There, now I just need the actual spiders themselves. Didn't mean to fall down. Four, 5. I guess I could heal myself up a little bit. There we go. Those done. Stuck on a branch.
Oh, the day just became more interesting. Oh, bring more tales when next you meet. We'll remember you. Who speaks before me?
I have reason to believe that that's exactly what's happening. Is that I'm getting enhanced Kirin Tor rep from these quests due to the fact that this quest also gives me rep for the Ascara or any other Dragonflight reputation. So therefore I'm getting double and or triple the amount.
The dark times will pass. The reckoning is at hand.
Yes, we are on account mode. Cool. Aw. I mean, there is someone doing these quests right in front of me, so I shouldn't be surprised. Right in front of me. Now, I will be ending off shortly, in just a few minutes, due to having some stuff to do later in the day. I think there's a gnat. There's a gnat in my room. I think it just tried to fly up my nose. That's what I think.
The eternal sun guides us. Shurelaron.
Except...
Keep the balance preserved.
But yeah, until that moment where I actually have to get off for the day, we're gonna keep going. We're getting very close to the end of this expansion's open world content. It is within sight. Of course, that still means that I have some other stuff I need to do with it. I still need, as I've mentioned so many times, I need to do the storms. I need to do the... whatchamacallit? Cobalt Assembly. But really, I'm getting pretty close. There, now we just need the rest of the Whispering Shards. There are also some arguments for some of the other open world stuff that I'm just not quite there with. It's not as much of a direct and obvious grind.
We will persevere. Remember the sun
Things
well.
like rare farming and some mounts and stuff like that. Oh wait, I need to convince her. I need
State
to
your
convince
business.
her. Bye-bye, lady.
Greetings, stranger. Come, tell us a tale.
And now we go destroy the book. Box. I will take the box. Give me the option just to succumb to the madness and have me wake up in the and just have it teleport me to the next graveyard. Instant and easy consequence for my choices.
The day just became more interesting.
There we go. That side quest done. That quest reward gathered. And stuck on a branch immediately. Ah, the best. Okay, is the Adak playing or trying to eat it? Otters are very closely related to the wolverine, so either one would not surprise me. And there are real-life 8-foot otters in the Amazon.
Welcome, welcome. Who speaks before me? Come back for soup. Well now, you're certainly different.
But I can heal you. I can heal you. Why won't you let me heal you?
Careful out there. Welcome, welcome. I'll pass your story along.
Wrong way. Slightly wrong way.
The Snowhide Gnolls abused their shamanic powers.
Ah, I can get the world quest here done at the same time. So many bonuses. What's that proc rate right there?
You struck a powerful blow to the Snowhide and helped bring
it's actually
peace
better.
to the spirits as well. Thank you.
It was actually better. Ah, it actually hit. I didn't expect it to. Well, I guess it does just cast judgment, doesn't it? No. There's my totems. Now we can go deal with the leader down here. Get that last couple percentage points. There we go. Renown up. 1,200 rep for that. Wow. Accept. Plant those. Off I go.
The day just became more interesting.
Gently glide over to the objective. Because I don't have vigor to do anything else. Primal node. I was kind of hoping they would react to me helping them. I'm in no way surprised that they didn't.
Greetings, stranger.
Renown up. Okay, I need to fish up 3 tail darters for him. While he tells me his life story over there. And I ignore him. I guess whenever I say almost done with the open world content, that's just flat wrong. It should be almost done with the questing content. That's more correct. Okay, can you give me the quest objectives though? Too soon. How have I gotten stuck on one of the 2 fishing quests in this zone? There's one. Finally. Alright, one more. There we go.
Ah, a new face. bring more tales
Accept.
when next we meet.
Accept. Accept.
Keep the balance preserved.
Okay, we'll come down. We'll hit up that. We'll hit up the quest down here. And then we'll hit up the quest over just beside it. That's a cave. That one's not. Alright. Now we got a couple tackle boxes. See if there's more coins in them. I'll get my gold coins out of them eventually. That's some of the other stuff. That's some other stuff that I would consider probably open world content. Just needing to fish up golden coins. And needing tons of them. I just sworn I had some on this character. I guess that was the hunter. That was the hunter that had 2 bronze coins. Nope, that was a good portal. I don't want to take it back.
Hi. Off with you. Safe travels.
Wrap up with the Kirin Tor. Honored with the Kirin Tor.
Have a good one. See you around.
Right, I leveled the Paladin in Northrend. So the Paladins actually had the chance to get some rep with the Kirin Tor.
Looking for something specific?
Our enemies will fall. The reckoning is at hand.
Two orders. Come on, guy. Get over here. the orders. Got all the anomalies. There's another boss. Another elemental storm boss.
Hey there. See you later. We will persevere. We will have justice. Anaria Shola. Death to all.
Except
Baladash Malanore. Salama Ashalanore. Remember the Sunwell.
luckily, this quest chain only has 3 sections to it. So it's a very short quest chain.
Anu Belore de la Na. Farewell.
I supply only the finest goods.
Some disturbed dirt right over here, man. I want that. There's rep in that dirt.
Hello. Safe travels.
Complete.
Victory lies ahead.
Except,
the reckoning is at hand.
Can I just skip this? Can I just go? No. No, I cannot. Oh, but I didn't have to be there for it. I just had to wait until they were done talking. So rip all my vigor.
Anaria Shola, remember the Sunwell. Farewell. Death to all who oppose us.
And down. I'm gonna sell my garbage. That's what I need to do. It's that time again.
Persevere. We will have justice.
How are you? See you around.
What's up?
Don't look at what's happening behind you. This is all vendor trash.
Hurry back!
You need something? Have a good one.
Except.
Good day to you. See you later.
Ah, it's actually better than one of my rings. I have not gone to get my loop. My guaranteed ring from the vault. Alright, so that's done. That side quest is done. Now we have the spider veil over here. more tackle boxes. Alright, so we're going to get over to the Spider Vale, and then I'm going to do recap and drop off for the night. Because there's some stuff I gotta go help Grandma with. Alright, so, for recap, we did eggs. We grabbed eggs. Grabbed hundreds of eggs. That's pretty much it. We did a couple quests on the Paladin, got a new transmog, but all we did was get eggs. And tomorrow, we're gonna get some more eggs. And depending on how many eggs I get tomorrow, day after, guess what? More eggs. So, we're at 3 days, 12 hours for this character. We've got 1,265 achievements. And if we open up all the things and let it sort itself out, I believe we are just past 18% on the Paladin here. Okay, a little bit more than just past. Yeah. 18.11. 18.11%. With that, I am done for the day. Enjoy.